Jorge and Devin meet Baxter the Beaver. Jorge and Devin were in class one day when Mr. Doolittle announced a new project. Okay, class, for your next assignment, I want you to work with a partner to research a local animal. Together, you'll create a poster and present it to the class. Hey, said Devin, I live pretty close to the Quabbin Reservoir. I know a place where some beavers live. Do you want to do our report about beavers? Sure, replied Jorge. Maybe one of our parents can drive us over and we can ask one of the beavers some questions. The next day was Saturday. With no school, Jorge's mom was able to drive them to the reservoir during regular school hours. Be back in half an hour, okay? His mom called. All right, Jorge called back. Devin led the way down the path leading to the beaver home. But before they had reached the water, they heard a chomping sound. They looked over to the right, and there, in front of them, was a beaver. Hi, called out Devin. My name's Devin, and this is my friend Jorge. Can we talk with you? The beaver looked them up and down hesitantly, but a moment later was on all fours walking toward them. My name's Baxter. How can I help you? We're doing a research project about beavers. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Asked Jorge. Okay, well to begin, we beavers are vegetarians. We only eat tree bark and cambium, a soft tissue underneath the bark. To help us, we have very prominent teeth that continue to grow. Since your teeth are so strong and big, they stick out. How do you keep stuff from getting in your mouth? Asked Jorge. We have skin flaps that close up behind our teeth so that our teeth can stick out without anything getting in our mouths. Also, we have thin skin flaps that cover our eyes while we're underwater, like goggles so we can see without getting anything in our eyes. Our bodies are well adapted for life in the water. But wait, stopped Devin. I understand what you've said so far, but I'm wondering, what benefits do you get from having a tail? When we're swimming, moving our tail helps navigate which way we're going and helps us switch directions. We also use our tails to hit the water when we spot a predator. It's like a warning signal, like a fire alarm. You spend a lot of time in the water, observed Jorge. Yes, we feel comfortable in water. That's why we pile sticks and stones against the rivers to create dams. Stopping the water helps the water rise. We also dig pathways in the ground so that the water can fill it up. That way, we feel safer traveling. Also, the water-filled pathways allow us to swim faster and allows our logs to float. Can you tell us a little bit about beaver families? Asked Devin, thinking about the groups they had seen swimming together on a previous trip to the Quabbin. Sure. Beavers normally mate for life, which can sometimes be as long as 30 years. About every 2 to 3 years, we have a new group of kids called kits. They stay at home for 2 years before they leave. Wow! Thank you so much! I feel like I've learned so much about beavers, commented Jorge. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, added Devin. No problem, guys, just be careful. Sometimes beavers can be very protective, and when they feel threatened, they'll become mean and aggressive. I'm a nice guy, but in the future, make sure to keep a safe distance. I'll keep that in mind, thought Devin. Several days later, Jorge and Devin presented their poster to the class. Afterwards, Mr. Doolittle commented, It looks like you two spent a lot of time on this project. I'm impressed. If I did no better, I think you actually talked to a beaver. At that, Devin and Jorge looked at each other and smiled. The end.